safety is another one because you lose a mainstay in Quinn Schulte, but people seem to love Koen Entringer. Kirk just raved about Koen, and it was interesting that his teammates voted him to go to Big Ten Media Days. That was sort of a...
That caught my attention.
Yeah, and rightfully so. He really hadn't played a lot, as opposed to his counterparts, Logan Jones and Ethan Herkett. So, yeah, I mean, how much confidence do you have in Entringer? And then does the light finally fully flip on for former five-star Xavier Nwaknpa? Or was he just overrated? Ooh, we don't want to hear that. Was he just an overrated high school prospect, Don? He's been a multi-year starter now.
He certainly had flashes of brilliance.
He has.
I flashed back on a guy that I recruited out of Dallas, Texas years ago. And I used to be the pro liaison. So when the scouts came in, I did say about this particular player, I said, he's really underperformed a little bit since he's been here. But this is his money year, his last year. I said, I fully expect that you're going to be interested in drafting Damian Robinson. And that's exactly what happened. And Damian Robinson might have played 10 years in the NFL. I don't know how many years he played. But he played lights out as a senior. And he had been a mild disappointment up until then. But not that last year he wasn't. And maybe it'll work that way for Mr. Nwaknpa, because he certainly has got the talent to accomplish a lot. And he's got the right coaches to put him in that position too. So I've got high hopes for Xavier. I think it's entirely possible that he'll have a huge senior year.
And finally, cornerback, your guy TJ Hall, up and down. Deshaun Lee, up and down. They got to figure it out. And Jalen Watson sounds like he's chomping at the heels of both of those older vets now. And I don't know who's after that. Is it? There's a number of. I could just start naming names, corners that are on the roster. Alante Dean or Rashad Godfrey, but I think it's those three that are going to be battling for two spots. And again, health is always a question. It seems like guys at corner get hurt at some point during the season.
You've heard me say this too, Corey, about corners. Part of the challenge is not enough to have one good corner. You got to have two. And I think back of that old adage, we're out camping out, and now there's a big bear that's decided to come after us. I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you. Same thing applies to corners, right?
I'm not going. Hey, I ain't going camp with you anytime soon, Don. Go ahead.
You get my drift. If you're the weaker corner, you better get ready because they're going to come after you. So ideally, we have two corners, and they're not even sure they want to attack either one. That's what you need. It's not as if you can't help the weaker corner from time to time. You hear talking about rolling up coverage to one side of the formation or the other. Well, obviously, if you roll up the coverage on the side of the weak corner, it means you've got deep coverage on the part of a safety and behind him. And now you've eliminated the possibility that he's going to be getting beaten deep on one-on-one coverage. He's not even involved in one-on-one coverage. He's a flat defender at that point. Phil can do some of that to protect that weaker corner, but obviously you don't want to make a living trying to do it that way all day long either.
The concern has to be, do they have one strong corner right now, right? Like TJ.
Well, you're talking about a guy that can earn some kind of all-conference recognition. Right now you can't count on it because they haven't done it. But I do know TJ well. As you know, his dad played for me. He's a great young man.
And it sounds like he's had a strong offseason. But by everything I've heard, he's had a strong, as has Deshaun. But got to prove it, right?
Those guys, I'm sure, have a sense of urgency because they know they're not at the level of Cooper to Gene. They don't have to achieve that level, maybe, but they've got to aspire to be good enough to never get us beat. That's the challenge that they face. And it's an awesome responsibility. It is a lonely place on the football field to be playing corner, especially when you have to match up against some of the guys in this league, because it's a challenge to be able to defend it.
Thank goodness they don't play Ohio State.
You only play 9 of those 17 opponents.
If they make it back to Indy and they play Jeremiah Smith, let's hope Jalen Watson has just turned into the second coming of Desmond King, because they're going to need it against that guy. But
Jeremiah Smith, how can he do that? And he's a teenager.
Yeah.
Maybe he's no longer a teenager. Is he 20 yet? I don't know. Maybe not.
He might be 20. He might be 20 now. But yeah,
Well, last fall I knew he was.